Hello. So I don't have anything pre-written, but I do have some comments. I strongly believe we need full day kindergarten because it's the 3+ age is when kids really absorb everything as sponge. So starting school a little late and that too a half day kindergarten, I think is doing a disservice to our students. So we needed full day kindergarten yesterday. The, to achieve it quickly, we need to come up either with a brand new building or we need to expand buildings. From the way I look at it, expanding each and every building is not viable because there are some buildings which just don't have the space. So if we do that, then we have to do major redistricting. Or we can build a 5th, 6th grade center, which gets us to full day kindergarten faster, gives the 5th and 6th grade kids right now a recess period by which they currently don't have. So if we have more space in some situations, we could add a 4-year-old program, like a pre-K program. But my only concern with this, especially after we voted on the high school, is the money bit. What's proposed and what was approved eventually was literally double, and that does give me palpitations. So at the same time, when I ask questions, there are some things which are beyond the control of admin or the board, because this is where the township needs to get back to us. So for that reason, I would like to conditionally vote or have conditional contracts, wherein tomorrow, hand in hand as we study and get approvals and stuff, tomorrow, should we hit a recession, should we come back with a number which we think is too big given the lack of labor or the increase in price of building material and inflation, if we think that we could wait a couple of years, then could we prioritize projects and do what needs to be done now in terms of expanding and building gyms to the schools which need it, and have a step-by-step approach to future construction. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Gurthy. Director Strobridge, do you have any questions or comments?
Hello, everyone. I wanted to indicate that I appreciate the comments that I have received. I have, my email. I've been approached by residents in our community following last week's appointment to the board and before swearing in to hear some concerns. I appreciate those opportunities. I also appreciate the work that's been done to get to this point. And when I first read the resolution, the thoughts that came to my mind immediately was the way that this is written is that this is a very first step, right? What the board is voting on tonight is kind of like the baseline assessment if this is, are these viable options, and what does that include or not include based on assessment. So there will be multiple subsequent votes for each of these components from the board as the checks and balances to make sure that it's meeting our needs, meeting our fiduciary requirements. So I read this, and my thought was, wow, there's a lot packed into this, first of all, understandably. But I also feel like that each one of these components has been discussed, has had baseline evaluation work, has had feedback from the community. So looking at this resolution as a first step to get us to continue to develop our district in the direction that we all want, right? We see the value in full day kindergarten. We see the value in creating equitable spaces for all of our students, for providing more space in our buildings to allow for the supplemental educational opportunities, the specials, to have dedicated space in classrooms by, taking our 5th grade out of elementary and putting it into a 5th, 6th grade center. There are improvements that are moving our district in a direction that has been discussed in the past. So I appreciate the opportunity to participate in this discussion on this side of the table, but I also appreciate the way that it was worded to be a first step. It's not, when I'm reading this and looking at it, it's not this carte blanche. Here's all the approvals for everything that might be in any one of these components. It's step one of a multiple step process. Thank you very much.
Please do not call out